received news yesterday that makes me a little less encouraged and more concerned. I received a call from a bank here in Tennessee's 6th Congressional District yesterday, alerting me to the fact that they have been notified at the beginning of this week by the Fed that they would only be receiving a small portion of their weekly order of coinage. According to this banker, his institution will likely run out of coins by Friday of this week or this weekend. And after some preliminary research, I found that many other banks across my district are having the same operational challenge. My fear is that customers who use these banks will react very poorly. And I know that we all don't want to wake up to headlines in the near future that such as banks out of money. Chairman Powell, I wonder, are you aware of this issue and what is being done to mitigate it?
Thank you. Yes, I am aware of it. I'm very much aware of it. And let me say, what's happened is that with the partial closure of the economy, the flow of coins through the economy has it's kind of stopped. The places where you go to give your coins and get credit, get cash, get folding money, those have not been working. Stores have been closed, so the whole system of flow has had come to a stop. We're well aware of this. We're working with the Mint and we're working with the reserve banks. And as the economy reopens, we're seeing coins begin to move around again. So if the bank hasn't already done so, they should certainly be in touch with their reserve bank to report this situation. And we've been working on this problem, and very much appreciate your bringing it to our attention. We feel like we're making progress, but it's been something that we've been working on.
Chairwoman Waters, I'd like to submit for the record this release from the Fed, strategic allocation of coin inventories.
Without objection, such is the order.
Chairman Powell, I wonder, and to some degree you've already spoken to this, but is this indicative of a larger issue? And is it temporary, or is this point to a larger structural issue on this particular matter?
No, we believe it's just temporary. It's due to the fact that the economy being in significant part closed, as I mentioned, and the flow of coins through the economy, something that the reserve banks and the banks think about it all the time, but now we're beginning to see those shortages. We've been aware of it. We're working with the Mint to increase supply, and we're working with the reserve banks to get that supply where it needs to be. So we think it's a temporary situation.
And if you would give, I guess, the banks that I'm talking with, like the one that I mentioned in my district, what would you suggest they do to deal with this issue? And I'm thinking particularly not only about the banks, but their customers, businesses, and the consumer who is going to be faced, all of these institutions and individuals are going to be faced with the prospect of having to round up or round down. And in a time when pennies are the difference between profitability and loss, it seems like it might be a bigger concern than the announcement from the Fed would indicate that it is.
So I would encourage your banks to get in touch with their reserve bank. I don't know whether you're Atlanta or St. Louis, but which area, it may be both in your district, I don't know. But in any case, they're responsible for this, and we're working hard on it.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher, and guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family, and also spread on social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who donated to the Cash App and Patreon. Much love. Also, those who purchased the book, Cryptoteacher, and the NWO book. Now, of course, guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin first. Right now, Bitcoin got a leg down. How did we know it was going to have a leg down? Because of the stable coins. So we saw the stable coins go over the dollar for a long period of time. We dropped, and the main indicator was what? XRP did not move. Just like I said, the target is 11,000. Basically, we're going to hit that 11,000, and then we're going to have that, of course, that leg down. So basically, we're going to pump to that 11,000 and then we're going to drop. But how do we know it's going to do that? Through the stable coins and XRP. Stay focused on the fundamentals. I saw a lot of emails and comments. Okay, when do we know when we're going to move? We know when we're going to move when the stable coins drop. And of course, XRP is going to take its spot back. Of course, if Tether is just sitting there and XRP, as we saw, from 9,300 to 96, XRP didn't move. It actually went down. So we knew we weren't going to stay there. So guys, please stay with the fundamentals, especially if you're new to the channel. We know when we're going to move, and it's going to be a consistent move. It's going to stay there when XRP closes that gap with Tether. And then also, of course, if it takes its spot, you're going to move up. But just like I said, make sure we're staying focused on the fundamentals. Of course, things change. But as long as you see those indicators, you know when the market is going up and down. Basically, guys, this whole system is rigged. So we know when Bitcoin goes up, the rest of the cryptos go up. That's just how it works. But XRP just sat there. So that's how we knew we were going to go from that 96 right back down to 93. XRP did not move. Remember, stable coins, XRP, and volume are our key indicators. Do not lose that. But like I stated, looking at the stable coins, looking at XRP, looking at the volume, looks like we're going to be headed up because XRP is just not going to sit at 18 cents. So it's going to move up. And just like I said, my analysis is that it's going to move up this weekend, but stick with the fundamentals. If we see the stable coins stay above $1, we see XRP still at 18 cents, we know what? We're not moving. But when we see that move, then we know we're moving. So therefore, you know, okay, now I know it's moving. Let me get myself in position. So I just wanted to make sure, clarify that, break that down, because I got a lot of emails about that. Now, guys, getting into the video, the coinage. Guys, this is so important, and I missed it. I missed this. I just saw this clip. So the fact is, guys, the Fed admitted that they stopped this economy to stop the flow of dollars. They admitted that to you guys. And don't forget to go to the Coinage Act. Remember, we were on the silver. They switched us to gold. And of course, 1873, they called it Crime Act, because basically that killed the economy. But guys, make sure that you understand history. That Coinage Act, I think is 1872, but that 1782. But that Coinage Act is very important. So the fact is that basically, because the dollars weren't moving, of course, the coins are not going to be moving. Plain and simple. So the fact is that basically everything went digital. You swiping your debit cards, putting your debit cards online. They had to do that in order to get the repo market under control. And they admitted that in the video. If you understand how to read between the lines, banks are running out of coins. That's because they stopped the whole movement, circulation, the supply chain of money. That's all they did. So they could create these 11 different operations to make sure they have control over this repo market, to give themselves time to get this moved over to crypto and blockchain. That's all this was about, and they admitted it right here in this video. So I just want to make sure that we're understanding that when we hear something, we can piece it together. But that's very important to run out of coins, because basically once they're able to say, hey, look, we're running out of coins, run out of dollars, it's going to be even easier to move us over to a digital currency. They want to get us out of this cash society, the cashless society. That's what they want to bring in. Now, of course, big news as far as with China. Of course, China is integrating Chainlink and Cosmos. Just like I said, basically, China is moving fastly forward. I've seen as soon as they list a coin on Coinbase, it definitely has a pump, but then of course we know it dumps also. We also have Ethereum. Of course, they're talking about the price. Of course, with DeFi skyrocketing, of course the price will go up. We all know Ethereum is basically gold. Ethereum's price is definitely going to be going up. Now, guys, we had Moneygram partnering with Korean fintech services, so we know that's tied in with Ripple. Guys, make sure you look out for that. And then, of course, we had PayPal, PayPal, Venmo, saying they're going to be allowing, purchase of cryptos. They're hiring crypto experts. AIM Bank builds its first tracking system as far as with transfers for cryptos. Now, getting over into world news, we had Jim Rogers saying that basically governments would stop crypto. Guys, we know Jim Rogers was in charge of George Soros' hedge fund bank. So I'm surprised people don't know that. I see him on a lot of channels speaking against the system, but he was working with the system before. But we all know governments right now control cryptos anyway. They are the whales. Of course, central banks and the Fed own cryptos already. Now, the United Arab Emirates capital does the biggest oil deal of this year. Is $20 billion with big corporations. So we know that everybody's moving away from oil and getting into fintech. So we clearly see that. Now, we have the stimulus checks saying that basically they're going to be bringing in digital currencies as far as stimulus checks. Of course, stimulus checks are going to be out the window. Of course, they're going to start once they take this system out and bring in the new blockchain and cryptos. Of course, they will have universal basic income where they can just airdrop money to people. Now, big news as far as with the world news is concerned, we have China warned to prepare for the cutoff of the U.S. dollar. Guys, can the United States cut China off the U.S. dollar and put sanctions on them like they do with Russia? That's what the media is telling you. They can't. Why they can't? Because they own all of our debt. The media is going to push this China versus U.S. and I've already done plenty of videos. Please go back and watch all my China and U.S. video. This is all planned a long time ago. Please watch my Anthony Sutton videos, please. So therefore you can see this was all planned. All wars have been planned by the banks, guys. The fact is that basically they own all of our debt. How can we put a sanction on them? If they sell all of our treasuries, that's their sanction. That's all they got to do is sell our debt and it's over. So we definitely would not put sanctions against China. That would make no sense whatsoever. Of course, that would be the death of America. So if you do see us put sanctions against America, that's treason. So don't forget about that, guys. Now, basically, we have American Airlines raises $2 billion. Guys, never ever bet against these corporations that, of course, they own. We saw Warren Buffett sell the airlines, but we know that if you have billions of people who have no money, think about this, guys. Think long term. If you look at all these Asian countries who've never even flown anywhere because they've been too poor, and of course digital currency is going to rise them out of poverty into making money. These airlines are going to make so much money, it's going to be crazy. Yes, you're going to have to wait a few years. You may have to, but even the airlines right now, you're still getting it at low prices, but airline stocks are definitely going to go up. But also, last news is that the death of car ownership. We know, of course, that's the reason why they have the Uber and Lyft and all that good stuff. So definitely, you have so many car companies that have stopped making cars, and I know the masses don't even know that. So basically, I'm going to be posting all that in the Patreon. But guys, these companies been left the car business because, of course, automation is coming in. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. If you're new to cryptos, the book, the NWO book, also Cryptoteacher. Also go to my website, btcteacher.com. I'm going to be posting more of that on my description about the other services that I'm going to offer on my website. Also, guys, when it comes to stocks, don't forget about the cobalt, chip, banking, also gaming stocks. Also, everybody's sitting at home, don't forget about those stocks. Of course, the biotech stocks, it's still pushing the C word. And then, of course, since everybody's sitting at home getting free money for a little while, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.